All right. Should we get this party started? Let's do this because I know time is precious, and the three of us have been really excited to chat with you guys today about our journey, how we started in our business, some of the things that we questioned before joining, and what freedoms this has given us. So, my name is Leanne Miser. I have been a coach. It will be 8 years on July 7th. So it is coming up. And I remember when I started, I was just looking for a solution. My daughter was about 5 months old, and I was struggling to take off the baby weight. I was living off of Cheez-It crackers and Pop-Tarts and Coke Zero and coffee. Like that was like my steady diet. And I was counting calories and getting nowhere. Like, obviously, you have zero energy as a new parent to begin with, and then I was just eating garbage. So I reached out to my neighbors who were personal trainers, and they said, "Hey, you should totally join one of our groups." And I was like, "Okay, that sounds good. Like, work out from home. I can do that." Um, Checking into this Facebook group, cool, I'm already on Facebook. And the minute they said Shakeology, I was literally like a little kid, like, like, no, thank you, not interested. I am not going to do some plan that makes you drink a shake and then you lose the weight, you gain it all back the minute you stop drinking it. Like, I want a real solution. So I ignored them. Um, for a month. I remember clear as day her like getting that message from her telling me what I needed to do. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I just put my phone down and I said, "I'll do it my way." And my way just wasn't working even a month later. So I said, "Okay, let's do this." And I dove all into checking into the groups and drinking my Shakeology every single day and doing the workouts, and logging that nutrition. And I started to get results. And I just was sharing my journey on social media. I was doing my posts in the morning back then. When you would do your workout, you could sync it up so it would like post on Facebook. So I was posting on Facebook every single day, and people started reaching out to me all on their own. Like, "Thank you. You inspired me today to push play on that workout when I did not want to." And the time that it hit me the most was when a friend reached out and said, "Nobody knows, but I just had a miscarriage." She was like 10 weeks along. She said, "I was starting to put on the weight. I had the miscarriage, and now I've just been eating my way through my feelings. And you inspired me to push play." And I was like, that is awesome. My background is accounting and finance. I lost my mom to ovarian cancer 5 years before our daughter Faith was born. So it was really important to me that I was inspiring another mom to make her fitness journey a priority. And it was at that point that the idea just started being in my mind. Like, this is really cool. I like my job. It is a good job, but it is not my purpose. So I was just more intentional about sharing what I was doing, what I was eating, the results I was having, the struggles I was overcoming, how I was getting stronger. And then it was really when I met my now coach, Meg, that I said, "I want to do this too. Like, why can't I?" I remember she had posted, her actual coach, Janelle, gave her a shout out that she quit her job. And I was walking into my full-time job going, "What in the world am I doing? Like, this little, like, 23-year-old girl just quit her full-time job to do this full-time. And I'm like, gonna work in accounting until I'm like 100. So I was like, okay, I want, and this is where, like, this is just such a critical time for you guys. Beachbody was releasing the Ultimate Reset and Turbo Fire. It was right after Summit. And the Ultimate Reset, if you've ever seen the price tag, it's a little like whoa, okay, like sticker shock. So I signed as a discount coach. I said, I am just here for the discount. My husband and I were both drinking 2 bags of Shakeology at the time. I wanted that ultimate reset, and I wanted Turbo Fire. So that was my only incentive to sign up. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to do this ultimate reset, I might as well invite some people to join me. And I had 2 people join me on the ultimate reset. And I just started asking people to come along with me. I ran a free Facebook group, and I just showed up every single day, sharing with them what workout I was doing, when I was drinking my Shakeology, how I was making it. Just those things that I was sharing on social media, I just shared now in this private accountability group. And I just kept saying, who wants to join me? Who wants to join me? I was so excited. And I remember just being like, wait a second, this is just happening. How is this business created? And by the end of that year, I was hit one of the first milestones in the business and said, I want to do this. I want to do this more than just for the discount. I want to change people's lives. And it started with the journey. But my one hesitation was, I still have weight to lose. I don't know all there is to know about health and fitness. My background is accounting and finance. Like, how can I help anybody? And I got out of my own way. You guys, to be a coach, especially with the launch tomorrow of MBF, you just need to be one day ahead of everybody. That's it. Of all the people that are joining you, you're just one day ahead of them saying, all right, well, so I did that workout today. This is how I'm feeling. This is what you guys can expect to happen tomorrow. Here's what I did on my nutrition. Nowhere in the Beachbody world are we expecting perfection. We're all always looking at ways to improve our own journey, little tweaks we can make, and just sharing that and inspiring other people. And I always tell my team, you would go yell from the rooftops of a favorite restaurant that you loved, or a favorite article, like a favorite clothing store or something. This is the same thing. This is an opportunity for you to help other people while helping yourself focus on something that's the most important thing, your own personal health journey. So this business became so much more for me than just a discount. I was able to leave my corporate job back in 2014. I have been home full time with our daughter, especially with everything with COVID. We can make decisions based on what works for our family instead of saying, I have to get to a job, and so I have to make this decision for this. If we want to do fun things, we built a house last year, and so I know if I want to go buy the fancy deck furniture and patio furniture, awesome. That equals me helping more people be successful with their fitness journey, but also their coaching businesses. So my income is a direct reflection of the lives that I change. Like, how cool is that? So this business just opened up doors that we just never dreamt of, and I was able to make so many friendships because of it. Hey, I'm public speaking here, which I never thought I would do or wanted to do, but we are. And I just fell in love with this business all because I said, sure, why not sign up as a coach for the discount, earn the discount on the products, and maybe I can help a few people along the way. So that's my little bit of the story. I want you to hear from Corey, and I want you to hear from Brittany as well, because both of their stories are amazing. So I'm going to pass it over to Corey.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay? We good still? Speakers working. Okay, good. Well, first of all, thank you all for joining us tonight. We're super excited to share this with you and just share what this opportunity has meant to us and done for us in helping us become better versions of ourselves. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Corey Mayo. I am a mommy of 2 little boys, and my husband and I have been married for 11 years. And maybe you can relate to this, but I have always been on a weight loss journey. like probably since 4th grade when I was called that chubby little girl. I can remember being in my uniform because I went to a Catholic school and just feeling really uncomfortable in my own skin. And it starts so young, that self-reflection and that negative self-talk and that negative body image. And it's something that I struggled with all through school. And in high school, it just got worse because I didn't fit in. I didn't look like the other girls. I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. And while I had a very strong mom, and always tried to empower me to just be confident in who I was and that I was beautiful no matter what, you still feel, or I still felt like I wasn't good enough, or that I wasn't worthy, or that I wasn't beautiful. And so I yo-yo dieted for a long time. And I would do those crash diets or fad diets, and it would work until it didn't work, right? Like it works for a period of time, and then you're like, oh, like I feel good. So I'm going to revert back and go back and undo everything I just did. Mainly because it was so extreme, right? Because I wanted to see fast results. Don't we all want like overnight results? Why didn't it just melt off? So I really found myself in a bad place after our first son was born. I just found myself sitting on the couch, eating my feelings, sitting around, and not being the best for him. I can remember like it was yesterday, and this was my turning point. Sitting on the couch watching Keyston as a 1.5-ish-year-old baby, sitting on the floor playing by himself, and I didn't even have the energy to get off the couch and play with him. And so all those thoughts of he deserves better and I deserve better started to go through my mind. And my coach had talked to me a couple times about the programs that she was following, and she was having great success. And like I was secretly watching her, like envious of all the success that she was having. But I was like, I already know what to do. I just need to do it. Yeah, okay. That's what I was telling myself to justify the fact that I wasn't doing anything. So in January of 2012, my husband had hit his highest weight and had exercise-induced asthma. He had high blood pressure and all the things at 26. And we were like, okay, we have got to make a change. And so we started with P90X. Super hard program, an hour a day after our son went to bed at 8:30 p.m. every single night. But you guys, I was hooked. Like Tony was funny, so he made the hour go fast. He made it light, so I didn't feel like I was dying the entire workout. And something started to shift. I was plugged into this community of women who, instead of judging me or cutting me down, were uplifting me and loving me. I had a coach who was willing to believe in me when I didn't believe in myself. And I had these guided programs to tell me exactly what I needed to do. I wasn't going to the gym, flailing around, trying to figure out what workouts I could do when we had zero money to pay for a personal trainer. And I wasn't just getting on a treadmill, just walking or running, okay? I was doing something that was starting to empower someone greater that was already inside me. So my coach saw this transition starting to happen, and I was sticking with the program, and I was getting great results, and I was feeling really, really good. And what happens when you feel really good about something? You naturally talk about it. Just like when you love a pair of jeans, or you really, really love this top that you just got, or you did something different with your hair, or whatever, something that makes you feel confidence and makes you feel good, you naturally exude that and talk about it. And so my coach approached me and she's like, hey, have you ever considered coaching? Much like the person who invited you to listen to this call had that belief within you because they see something in you. She saw something in me and I didn't yet see it. I was like, yeah, I'm the one that's always yo-yo dieted and been on this roller coaster ride and still had so far to go in my journey. I had lost a good amount of weight, but I still had probably 30 to 40 pounds to lose because when I started, I was 209 pounds. So I had a really long way to go, but I was doing it. And because she had that little seed of belief in me, it planted something in me. It allowed me to be a little bit more open-minded. Being in the community of the challenge group has helped me open myself a little bit more. instead of coming from that place of judgment, instead of being so closed-minded and negative and seeing the glass half empty instead of half full, I've totally changed my mindset. And so I took that leap. And at first, like Leanne, I was just in it for the discount. She gave me 7 days of Shakeology, and after 7 days, I was waking up before my alarm, which, y'all, I love snooze, like, love it. Back then I would sleep as long as I possibly could. So the fact that after 7 days of Shakeology, I was waking up before my alarm with an 18-month-old baby, I was like, I'm in, I'm sold. At least just sign me up for the discount. And so I did. And it blossomed after my second son was born. So shortly, I became a coach in May of 2012. So I just recently celebrated 8 years. And I got pregnant with Beckett shortly after that. So I didn't really start coaching until November of 2013. When I really had gotten my confidence back after having Beckett, I was in a little bit more of a routine with having a new baby and having 2 now. And really started to kind of branch out and help others. And this is where I knew that I was in this for life, is I got right back on my journey after my second son was born. All those fad diets, all those yo-yos that I had tried, all the things for my entire life never stuck because they didn't change anything within me. Being in this community changed my mindset, it changed my perspective, and it helped me see that there's so much more out there, and everything that we need to accomplish greater things or the things that we desire in life is already within us. We just have to tap into it, right? We just have to find that purpose. We have to find that mission. And so a simple yes to a discount at the time has allowed me to pursue this amazing mission to link arms with awesome women and help inspire those around us. You guys, it's not about making sales. It's not about hitting numbers. Has my family benefited financially from this? Yes, but that's not my goal. The goal is to help other women go from the woman who sat on the couch and looked at her 18-month-old baby, desperate to feel something different than she was feeling at that time, to who I am today. And all those little steps in between, because it didn't happen overnight. It's been 8 years, you guys. And I know that it's so easy to look at us and say, but you're so confident, you're so this, you're so that. I can't do that because of blah, blah, blah. No. Leanne, Brittany, and I did not get comfortable with talking about this or presenting or doing all these things that we do as coaches that you see us do every single day on social media or in a challenge group or in messaging. That has happened over time. And so I don't want you to be closed-minded because of the unknowns, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help guide you and to help uplift you and empower you, just like we were. We all start from day one and we grow over time. So this opportunity it's hard to put it into words, you guys. It's so hard. But I mean, combined, my husband and I have lost 120 pounds. And we've kept it off for 8 years. Like, it wasn't just a drop it and be done, and go back. We're better together. We compromise. We work together instead of, I like to think that we have a really unique relationship. We've been married for 11 years. We've been together for 15. But Leanne and Brittany will tell you, like, we're silly and we pick at each other, but we are best friends. And I 100% know that because of the transformation that's happened on the inside because of this business and because of the opportunity that Beachbody in general has brought to our family. And my little guys, they get to learn how to lead a healthier lifestyle. They get to learn about growth mindset. I have 2 gifted children who are incredibly smart. They're also very hard on themselves because they are perfectionists. So teaching them about growth mindset and empowering them to do their best and not focus on perfection, I never would have known that or known how to deal with that without this. So I hope that our stories speak to you. I'm going to pass it to Britt because I could literally keep going on and on, and now my nose is like running because I started to cry a little bit. So I hope that touches you a little bit, and I'll pass it over to Britt.
Awesome. How do you even follow these stories up? Like, for real. I can't believe I have to close this out. But Corey, yes, you guys are silly. Her husband is just a riot. Like, and that's one thing, you guys, that you get. Like, our husbands are good friends. Our families, they came up in Michigan and had a hockey tournament, and we got together. And, it's just, you start to build these friendships beyond just in this online community. And we've gotten together outside of events, outside of those big things, because we just we're similar people. And so if you're on this call, there's a very high chance that you'll just be around your people, right? So I am just, Corey, you have like my mind just like spinning. Both of you are just like, it's just crazy, because this is so much more than the physical aspect. This is so much more about your inner transformation and what you have to offer, and the gifts and talents and the story that you get to tell on this platform through a fitness journey. Because you're going to start with a fitness journey, but there's going to be so much more that gets broken down during this journey. And the opportunity to share that with others is a huge, huge blessing and an honor. And I know some of you might be sitting there thinking, well, you can just tell the story. They'll just connect with you and you can just do that. And they won't, though. They won't. They might see my transformation and be like, oh my gosh, crazy. They might see your transformation, but they know your heart. They know your hard work. They know where you were. They know where your lifestyle was. They know where your situation was. And they can relate to that. And they can see that. And I'm going to say this word and I want you to think about it. They trust you. They don't trust me yet. They trust you. They trust your character. And that's huge, right? You have that level up on everyone around you in your circle. They could be following 10 other Beachbody coaches, but when they see you, you have that personal connection already there. And that's usually half the battle. It's just creating that trust and that confidence within these relationships that you go and build or that you connect with. And you already have that before you even begin this journey. So that's a little snippet. Didn't even mean to go into that, but that's what that is that trust. If you're on this call because of a coach invited you, you have that trust with that person. You are confident in that person's loyalty to you and their guidance for you, and that they have your best interests at heart. So, like my little thing says, I'm Brittany. I have 4 kiddos. I have two twins who are 7.5. I have a 3.5. She's 3.5. She'll be 4 in a couple weeks. And then I have a 2-year-old. So our house is on the go. Our house is busy. It starts at 5:30 and it doesn't end until 9. And it is just a busy, busy lifestyle. But I started my Beachbody journey way back when, technically before I had the twins. But I did not go all in with Shakeology, a meal plan, a coach, a community until the twins were 3.5 months old. So my husband and I had bought Insanity off of Amazon back in 2011-ish, 2010. And we completed the program. I will never forget, I was living in Florida at the time with Matt. We had moved just after our 1-year wedding anniversary. My mom was down to visit and I was wearing shorts. She's like, man, your legs look great, which was nothing that my mom would ever compliment on, and my biggest insecure area. And I was like, yes, go Shanti. I was pumped for just that compliment. And I was like, I'm doing this Insanity program. It's hard. So Matt and I did that. And my coach, Meg, actually reached out to me. We met on some, when like pages were big on Facebook, we met on Oxygen Magazine like page. And she was like, why are you not a coach? Because my degree is in health and fitness, exercise, nutrition, or exercise science. I was a personal trainer. I taught health and fitness classes and all that. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, I am not selling. I am not doing that. I tried 2 MLMs before and failed miserably. I'm not putting myself through that again. So I wrote her off for 2 years. 2 years. I did not say a word. I ignored her messages, but I followed her on social media like a hawk. She just never left my newsfeed. And after I had the twins, I gained about 80 pounds, and I did what every woman 3 months post C-section twins did and plugged in Insanity again, because that was a great idea. But I did it. I was like, well, this worked before. Let's see if it can do its magic again. So after posting my results of losing 11 pounds the first 30 days and just sharing, on Facebook, because again, we were in Florida and I had no friends. So social media was my like connection with the outside world. I had people asking me what I was doing and how to get the program. And 3 people went online and bought the program Insanity. And I remember looking at my husband, Matt, and I said, this Meg Chicks makes an income doing this. I'm missing a connection here. Like, I don't get this. So I reached out to Meg after 2 years out of the blue and said, all right, what do I do? How do I do what you're doing? Because I'm doing it, but if I can help my family and I can get back into that grind and that wheelhouse of health and fitness and helping people on their journey, I'm all in. Like, I want to figure this out. Because the plan was for me to go back to work. The plan was for me to go train in the morning for a couple hours, train at night for a couple hours, teach a fitness class here or there. If you've ever worked in the industry, if you've ever took classes or took personal training, that they're the same time every day, right? And you have to get there a couple of minutes before and set up and say after. My husband travels for a living. Like, he's gone 2 to 3 days a week. That changes every week. So for me, that was like out the window real quick, because I didn't have that consistency at home and I didn't want to deal with the schedule with the twins and all that. So this came into my life at a perfect time, because it started to fill that cup that I had to help other people on their journey. Because I was sitting there and I was like, all right, if I can do this program and hold myself accountable by other people doing this program with me, I have a community around me of hopefully other new moms who don't know what they're doing, but we're going to show up and do our best anyway. And if I can cover the cost of my product the first couple months, Matt will be so thankful. Like, he will just be like, sweet, that's awesome. And so I did. I went all in. I signed up with a Shakeology challenge pack and Chalene Extreme and paid like well over $200 for that one program and my first 30 days and nothing else. And I tried Shakeology. I had never tried Shakeology. I'd never tried any of it before, but I was like, all right, I can do this. So I went all in and I fell in love. Like, it was everything I needed. It was so great to have that support. Even though I'm this introverted person that doesn't like the small talk, I don't like to do all that on whatever, but these women around me got me. They got my struggle. They got the hurdles that I was trying to overcome with juggling newborns and this postpartum body that no one warns you about when you have the kids. They're all about the kids and you look down and, it was a whole new world, a whole new chapter of my life that I never had friends go through. I didn't have a sister. I have an older sister, but she wasn't at that stage in her life yet. But these women were. They became that support system for me. And coaching, if I was going to be successful in this business, I needed to build that community up around me. So it forced me to connect with other new moms and just really build up my support system and hold me accountable, because now I was telling them I was going all in on this program. And so if they were, then I had to show up too. So it really just held me accountable. It provided that community. And then the financial piece just grew. And we didn't need the income necessarily. So financial was never like my huge driver. But 7 years, I've been a coach 7 years now. We've hit some hurdles in our life and in my husband's job. And we moved from Florida to Michigan again. And we're at the time owning 3 houses, getting ready to have our 4th baby. And the bank said, no, you don't get this loan for this 3rd house. And at that time, Matt was like, let's just use your Beachbody income. Like, we can use your Beachbody income for a down payment and give a little bit bigger than we had. And we can put you on the loan and what you make. And we had no problem. We were able to do that. And had I not said yes and just been like, oh, I'll just kind of see what happens, or and not been consistent with my journey, we wouldn't have been able to do that. Like I don't know what we would have done, to be honest. I mean, I can tell you the full story. We probably would have never had the fourth kid, but that's another piece of the journey. That's what gave me the confidence and gave me the quiet time and gave me the people around me to say, yes, you can do this. And God has you here where he has you, because this is where he needs you. And this is the story he has for you. And you might be sitting here going, I have no idea what this could ever be for me. And I can tell you, Corey, Leanne, and myself didn't know either. But we had that pull, right? We had that want for something more. And at the time, I didn't know exactly what that was, but it was this. It was community, and it was that word purpose and that mission and that pull to just do something good for somebody else. And so I wrote a few phrases down that we say a lot in our community, and that I always I'm like, yeah, this is why I do this. So when you're hearing a story, we hear, yes, me too. I've been there, right? So yes, me too. I'm feeling that way. I have stress, bloat belly. I'm snacking at night. I cannot say no to these cocktails when I'm by a pool, right? Or I'm stress eating because my kids don't stop fighting. Yes, me too. You're not alone in this. And then the second phrase, been there. Yep, went through that journey. I went through those sleepless nights with kids. I went through that nursing craziness and trying to figure that out with nutrition and how much water and what workouts to do and what workouts not to do and when to do your workout. I've been there 3 times, and I can help you now, right? I've been there. I have a solution that worked for me, that might work for you. And then the third term was, who's with me? I'm doing this new program. I'm kicking off July 20th. Who's with me? Who's going to come and take this challenge with me? Who's with me today to say no to alcohol for a week? Who's with me today to track their food every day? Who's with me today to post in the group and be accountable with a food collage? Who's with me today to pick me up because I don't know how to navigate this right now? Who's with me today? The scale's up. Like, you have those people along with you through all of this. You have them pushing you. You have the opportunity to be a light for them, to let them know that they're not alone, and to give them the solutions that worked for you or the tricks. That's like my favorite part about coaching clients. They come to me with a problem, an obstacle, and I get to be like, all right, how do we fix this? How do we come up together with a solution using your containers or to be mindset? Or how can we use Shakeology? If you're using it at breakfast, but you have time for breakfast, but you're snacking on the way home when you get home from work, let's move this here and switch things around. That's what we do. That's what we get to do. And we get to go along the journey with them. I loved what Leanne said. You don't have to have all the answers figured out. You just have to be willing to go along the journey with them, or be willing to do it before them, so that when they get in your position or they get to that obstacle, you can be like, hey, I got you. This is what worked for me. Try it. See what happens. And then when they come back and they're like, oh my gosh, it totally worked. You feel so good. Like, I helped her. And that feels good, especially with everything going around in the world today. Like, I love what we get to do, because we just get to help people feel better. And I remember when I was thinking about coaching and the hesitation that I had, it was, I'm not good enough. I can't do that. I can't post on social media. I can't write like that. I can't take those pictures. Guess what? I still say those things. And here I am, right? I can't write like her. I'm not witty like this one. Like, there's some girls I'm like, how do you come up with those witty little captions? Like, I'm not witty, but I do share my heart well. I do share my story well. And so I've grown into that, and I've become who I'm supposed to be as a coach, and who I am meant to help, and how I connect with people. So if you're looking at Corey or myself or Leanne saying, I can't do it like her, you're not meant to do it like any of us. You are meant to start on the journey, and you are meant to have that open mindset to say, I'm ready to learn. And that's what I wrote down for my 3 big takeaways from coaching. I am accountable to my community, to my husband, to my kids. My kids come down, why are you not in your workout room? Like, what is going on? Are you okay? Like, I'm accountable to my family. I'm accountable to my community. I'm accountable to my social media, because there will be like 3 days if I don't post something, which probably never really happens, but are you okay? What workout did you do today? I didn't see your workout. Like, they're asking because I'm so consistent with my workout every day, right? So the accountability and the ability to learn, to continue learning, and social media, to learn that as much as I love doing Shaun T workouts, my body does not love them, right? I will ache, I will gain weight, I will be bloated and inflamed everywhere. But if I slow it down, my body loves it, right? So learning what your body loves, learning about nutrition by our 21-day fix nutrition program and our 2B mindset program and our Shakeology with Darren and Isabel, and these bevy things that are launching in a couple weeks, like learning why the science behind that and what that does for us. Like, we get to continuously just learn and grow as the company learns and grows. And that's like one of the best parts of this. Like, we just commit to learning how to be healthier. It's really what we're doing, right? And finances. And I know that I shared like our big story financially, but Corey and Leanne and myself have all had these little moments where it was just so helpful. Getting your nails done as a new mom and not stressing out about like, oh my gosh, did that take away from a gas budget? Did that take away from groceries? Did that take away from daycare? Or do I need to pick up an extra shift at the restaurant to cover that? Like, you have that. For me, that was like, selfishly, I hate saying this, but I was like, I just need, if I can make money to go get my nails done, a pedicure, and pay a babysitter to do it, this is worth it. I just needed that mom time. Without having family down there, I needed that mom time. So it's those little things. We're getting ready to go on vacation for a week. Beachbody's paying that. Like, my income pays that for that week. And I don't have to take time off. I get paid while I'm on vacation. Like, how cool is that? That's pretty sweet. Debt, paying off extra debt. Even if it's $50 a month, you guys, that is going to snowball. That is going to change your life. I'm not a big financial guru. Leanne is that one. She is my, Leanne, I need to make this much. How do I do this? But I heard $200 a month, an extra $200 a month can change the average family household. Like, that will, $200 extra a month can completely change the lives of the average household. I'm telling you, that is totally doable in this business if you show up and you're consistent. Totally, absolutely doable. And it will change your life. It'll change your kids' lives. And so maybe you guys are in a financially great situation. You're like, I don't really need to coach, but I would love the discount. Perfect. Who doesn't love a discount? But I encourage you to look at your family if you have one, or if you haven't started one, look at roadblocks or hurdles that you might have to come up against, and the freedom that you are going to have knowing that you have finances to help you. Happiness does not mean more money. Happiness comes from being able to have that freedom and not have that stress on you. And it's my vision, it's my big goal to look at all 4 of my children, I'm running out of time with the twins, to hand them a good check on graduation day. Once they figured out their dream, I'm just going to continue to tell them, don't think about finances. Don't think about finances. Where is your heart going? What do you want to do? You don't want to go to college? That's okay. But what do you out? I have a check to help you for the next, I go, hopefully a while, but I have this to help you so that you can be the best person, so that you can be who God made you to be and not go through the cycle of high school and college and a low paying job to work your way up to a corporate ladder. Because how many times have we seen that happen? And that's the way to go. And how many people are burned out at the top and living a miserable life inside? And we don't have to do that with this. We can offer not only ourselves and our husbands and our families, but my vision is to set them up best. Like, I want to help them go into the world feeling confident and whole. Like, this is me and this is what I want to do, and I have the ability to do it. Right? So maybe you're not sure what's next. Maybe you are like, maybe right now you're like, yes, this is it. This is like what I've been missing. This is something that can help our family and help me lose these last 20 pesky pounds at the same time. Is it going to be scary? Yep. Corey, is it still scary sometimes? Leanne, is it still scary sometimes? Yep. Yep. But that is what tells us that we're continuing to grow, that we're continuing to be maybe a little bit more vulnerable, or sharing a piece of our story that we hadn't heard, or trying a new program that we're a little hesitant to try. But if you're not scared, you're not growing. You're not moving in that growth mindset direction. You're not moving to that place of movement instead of standing still and being content. Being content is comfortable. And you might be having a great life. Like, I make a great income with this. We have a great house. We have all this. But I don't want to be content here. I want to be able to do more for others and to do more for my kids. And I want all of that for you. We want all of that for you. Like, our job is not to just get to one spot and stop. Our job is to get to one spot and keep going so that you believe you can keep going. And I listened to that by a mentor, and you'll hear her name when you join our team, Lindsay Matway. That girl can paint a vision and make you cry and feel like you can walk and own the world. But she said something that hit home with me, and it was, she's not showing up for herself anymore. She's not running her business for herself. She's got her whole vision board almost complete. But now her vision is filled with coaches like us so that we can complete our vision boards. And that's why she keeps showing up. And that's why we're here. We want to keep showing up so that you know that you can keep showing up. And the sky is the limit. And it might start off with just a discount. It might start off with you going, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to complete these 6 weeks with MBF and MBFA, and I'll see how it goes. Perfect. See how it goes. Be open to what this opportunity could lead you to. Be open to that door, because you don't know what's on the other side. You know how long the hallway is until the next door is there for you to go through, because that's what's going to happen. This is the first door, and you're going to go down this hallway and maybe a stairway and then maybe a hallway, but eventually there's going to be another door. And then you open that door and you see what that opportunity is, and you step through, and that's that growth. That's that consistency to just believe in yourself enough to move forward and go for it and dream a little bit bigger. But it all starts with the decision to start a program and to go on in the program. Right? Yeah. Questions? I think that's what I got.
You're amazing.
No questions?
Haley says, amazing. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, thank you for being on, you guys. Awesome, awesome. All right,
Yeah.
well, we will let you girls go. If there are any questions that do pop up, definitely reach out to the coach that invited you to listen to this call, and they will definitely guide you for the next steps. So we appreciate you all being here, and hope to see you soon doing MBF. Can't wait.
Night, ladies.
Hi.